Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Podcasts. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sarah.
Episode 24.
24. Wow. Okay, before we start, if English isn't your first language, you can always turn on YouTube subtitles to get a real-time translation while you listen.
Yeah, use them, honestly. It helps a lot.
So today's family is go,
Go. Such a small word.
and it does like 9 different jobs depending on what you stick after it.
Exactly, which is why I actually have a really good story for today.
Oh no.
No, it's a good one, I promise. This one's from my boss, David.
Okay.
So, we were at lunch last week, right? And somehow we start talking about weird workplace stories. And David goes, "You think that's bad? Let me tell you about my first job."
Uh-oh.
So David, way back before he started his own company, he worked under this guy Richard, total control freak apparently.
Great start.
Yeah, so David tells me there was this colleague of his, Mark, who worked in the same office. And one evening, Mark's like, "Okay, I'm done for the day. I'm heading out."
Normal so far.
Very normal. But he hadn't finished this report, and Richard, the boss, comes out of his office, and he's like, "Wait, you can't leave, the report isn't done."
Classic.
And Mark's like, "Look, I'll just go on with it tomorrow morning first thing."
Reasonable.
Very reasonable. And Richard actually says, Fine. You know what? Go on and finish it at home tonight if you want. Just get it done."
Okay, so far so good.
So far, Mark grabs his laptop, goes back to his desk to get his bag, and heads toward the door.
Right.
And this is where it gets weird, because apparently, when Mark's actually at the door, Richard suddenly changes his mind.
What? Why?
David doesn't even know exactly why. Maybe he panicked. Maybe he thought the report wouldn't get done at home. I don't know. But Richard goes back in, like physically walks back toward Mark.
Wait, goes back in? Into the room?
Yeah, he'd stepped out into the hallway for a second, and he goes back in, and he's blocking the door.
He's blocking the door?
With his whole body, like arms out.
Adam.
I know. And Mark's just standing there like, what's happening right now?
So, what does Richard say?
He goes, "No, actually, you're not leaving until this is done. Sit back down."
But he just told him he could go home.
That's literally what Mark says. He's like, "You just told me I could go. You said go on and do it from home."
And?
And Richard just, goes up a level. Like his whole tone just goes up. He's raising his voice now. And he says something like, "I changed my mind. This stays in the office."
Oh no.
So now Mark's trying to go out, right? He's trying to just leave, physically move past him. And Richard actually grabs his arm.
He grabs his arm?
Grabs his arm. And Mark is just frozen for a second. And then he's like, "Let go of me."
This is insane.
It gets worse. So there's some kind of struggle at the door. Nothing violent, but like pushing, pulling, and somewhere in that mess, somebody's elbow or hand hits the wall panel by the door.
The wall panel?
Yeah, and apparently right next to the door, there was like an old panic button from way before, I guess for emergencies. Nobody even remembered it was there.
Oh no, don't tell me.
The alarm goes off.
It goes off?
Full alarm, loud flashing lights, the whole thing, going off in the middle of an empty office at like 8 in the evening.
Oh my God.
So now, Richard lets go because, the alarm is deafening, and he's trying to go over to the panel to turn it off, and he has no idea how.
Of course he doesn't.
Meanwhile, Mark uses that exact moment to get out. He's finally out the door, down the stairs, and he's basically running to his car.
Can you blame him?
Not at all. So the alarm is still going, some kind of security company gets a notification, and this is the part David swears is true. The police actually show up.
No.
Yes, 2 police cars at the office at like 8:30 at night.
Because of the alarm?
Because of the alarm, but also apparently a neighbor from the building next door had seen part of what happened through the window, like a guy blocking a door, grabbing someone's arm. And this neighbor calls it in too, saying it looked like someone was trying to keep an employee from leaving.
Like against his will.
Basically, yeah. So when the police walk in, they're not just responding to an alarm anymore. They're responding to what sounds like a guy trying to sequester an employee inside the building.
Oh, Richard is in so much trouble.
So Richard is standing there, alone, in a completely empty office with a screaming alarm, no employee in sight because Mark already left, and 2 police officers are asking him to explain why someone reported him trying to hold a colleague against his will.
This is unbelievable.
And Richard's trying to explain, no, it's not what it looks like. I just didn't want him to go without finishing the report. And the police are just staring at him like, sir, that's not really a reason to grab someone.
No, it's not.
So there's this whole back and forth, this total qui pro quo, this misunderstanding where Richard's trying to go over the whole story from the beginning. The report, the deadline, the door, and the police are writing everything down. Super serious.
Did they actually arrest him?
No, not in the end. Once they called Mark, and Mark came back, kind of shaken but fine, and explained it calmly, everyone realized nobody was actually sequestered. It was just an incredibly badly handled 5 minutes.
5 minutes that nearly went very, very wrong.
Exactly. But David says after that night, Richard's whole management style just, I don't know, it went down a notch. Like he stopped micromanaging people leaving the office.
I would hope so.
And Mark actually stayed at the company for another 2 years after that.
Wait, he didn't quit?
He almost did. But apparently HR got involved, Richard had to apologize properly, and things kinda calmed down. Mark didn't just go away and disappear from the job. He stuck around.
Wow, okay, that is genuinely one of the best office stories I've heard in a while.
Right? And David tells it now like it's this hilarious thing, but at the time it was apparently terrifying.
I bet. A full alarm going off? Police at the door?
For a report.
For a report that could have just waited until the next morning.
Exactly. Anyway, that story has basically every single phrasal verb we're covering today, which is honestly kind of perfect.
It really does. Okay, so let's actually go over all of these properly.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's go over this properly. And this time, let's really dig into it, not just skim past it.
Good idea. Because go changes meaning so much depending on the particle, it's worth slowing down on each one.
Exactly. First one, to go on.
So basically, this means to continue, to keep doing something without stopping.
Right. And if you want another way to say it, you could use carry on or proceed. Same idea, just a slightly different flavor. Carry on is a bit more formal, proceed even more so.
So in the story, Mark says he'll go on with the report tomorrow. He means he'll carry on, pick it back up where he left off.
Exactly. Here's another example. Despite the technical issues, the team decided to go on with the presentation.
So even with the problems, they didn't stop. They proceeded anyway.
Right. Or she asked him to go on explaining the numbers from the report.
Meaning, keep talking. Don't interrupt yourself. Continue.
And the particle on here really carries that idea of staying on the same track. Think of a train that's already moving, And on means it just keeps rolling forward on those same rails.
That's a good way to picture it. Okay, next one. To go off.
This one's really different from go on. To go off means to suddenly ring or to explode, basically to activate suddenly and often loudly.
And a good synonym here would be to trigger or to sound, depending on context. If it's a bomb, you'd say detonate. If it's an alarm, sound works well too.
Right. In the story, the alarm literally went off in the middle of an empty office.
It sounded suddenly, loudly, with no warning.
Exactly. Another example, my phone alarm went off at 6, but I didn't hear it.
So the alarm triggered, but he slept right through it.
The fire alarm went off during the meeting, and everyone had to leave the building.
So OFF here is a bit confusing because normally off means stopped, turned off, right?
Right, that's the tricky part. But here, OFF actually describes something leaving its state of rest, going off from silence into sudden noise or action.
So it's less stopped and more released or unleashed, kind of.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. Okay, next, to go in.
Simple one. To enter, to step inside somewhere.
Right, and you could easily replace it with enter or step in, which is almost identical.
Richard steps out into the hallway, then goes back in through the door.
He re-enters, basically. Another example, he knocked twice before he went in to see the manager.
He entered the office after knocking.
The client went in for the interview looking really confident.
Stepped inside the building or the room, ready for the interview.
And in here is purely directional. It's about movement from an outside space toward an enclosed inside space.
Got it. Okay, next, to go up.
This one means to rise or to increase.
And synonyms would be rise, climb, or even increase itself if you want the more neutral, formal version.
Right. In the story, we used it a little differently. Richard's tone goes up, meaning his voice rises, gets louder, more intense.
So it's not always about numbers. It can be about intensity too.
Exactly. But the classic use is with numbers. Prices have gone up significantly since last year.
Prices rose. They increased.
Our website traffic went up after the new article was published.
Climbed, basically.
And up is exactly what it sounds like. Movement toward a higher point, whether that's a price, a temperature, a level, or, like we said, someone's voice.
Makes total sense. Opposite one now, to go down.
To go down means to decrease.
Synonyms here are decrease, drop, or fall.
Right. We used it for Richard's management style. It went down a notch after that whole incident.
So his controlling behavior dropped, decreased.
Exactly. Another example. Website traffic went down after the campaign ended.
Dropped, fell, decreased. All of those work.
Or sales went down slightly during the summer months.
Same idea, and down is just the mirror image of up, movement toward a lower point.
Exactly. A reduction, a decline.
Got it. Now to go away.
This one means to leave or to disappear.
And you could swap it for leave, vanish, or disappear, depending on how dramatic you want to sound.
Right. In the story, we said Mark didn't just go away after everything happened. He stayed at the company.
So he didn't leave and disappear from the job completely.
Exactly. Another example. The problem won't just go away if we ignore it.
It won't disappear on its own. It won't vanish.
She told him to go away and come back when he was calmer.
Told him to leave, basically.
And away gives that sense of distance, of something or someone moving out of the present space entirely, out of sight.
Perfect. Next, to go over.
This means to review something in detail, to examine it carefully.
Good synonyms would be review, examine, or go through.
Right, and honestly, that's exactly what we're doing right now, going over each of these phrasal verbs one by one.
Reviewing them, examining them properly.
In the story, Richard tries to go over the whole situation for the police, explaining it step by step.
Reviewing everything that happened from the beginning.
We need to go over the report carefully before the meeting.
Review it, examine it.
Can we go over the numbers one more time before the client call?
Go through them again.
And over here means examining something from start to finish, moving across all the details, not skipping anything.
Got it. Next, to go out.
Pretty simple one. To go out means to exit or to go outdoors.
Synonyms here are exit, leave, or head out.
Right. In the story, Mark is desperately trying to go out the whole time, trying to leave the building.
Trying to exit.
Another example. The sales team went out to meet the client and discuss the new strategy.
They headed out, left the office.
Do you want to go out for lunch today instead of eating at the office?
Head out for lunch. Leave the building for a bit.
And out is directional again, but this time from inside toward the outside.
And the last one, to go back.
To go back means to return.
Simple synonym, return or head back.
In the story, Richard goes back in through the door at the very start of the chaos. That's really where everything turns.
He returns to block the exit.
Another example, she went back to her office after the call and addressed the comment made earlier.
Returned to her desk.
After the holidays, it's always hard to go back to a normal routine.
Return to it. Head back into it.
And back is about returning to a previous place or a previous point in time.
Okay, that was a lot, but I think it's actually really clear now with all the synonyms and reformulations.
Yeah, let's do a full recap one more time, slowly.
Go on, continue, carry on.
Go off, ring or explode. Trigger, sound.
Go in, enter, step inside.
Go up, increase, rise, climb.
Go down, decrease, drop, fall.
Go away, leave, disappear, vanish.
Go over, review, examine, go through.
Go out, exit, leave, head out.
And go back, return, head back.
9 phrasal verbs, 1 very chaotic office story, and now a whole set of synonyms to go along with each one.
Honestly, if you remember Richard blocking that door, you'll never mix these up again.
That's the goal. And if you want to actually test yourself on all 9, there's a quick quiz waiting for you on the blog article, link right below this video.
Go take it. See how many you get right on the first try.
All right, that's it for today's episode.
Thanks so much for being here with us.
See you soon for the next family of phrasal verbs.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.